Hi out there, everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Chris Kershishnik. I am with eXp Realty, and I'm the owner of the Kershishnik Group. I'm licensed. I'm a licensed realtor in Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and DC, and I love to help people buy and sell homes. So the topic we're going to discuss today is for both buyers and sellers, and the topic is agency. It's not really a defined term to consumers until they meet with a realtor officially, and even then it's not always discussed completely. So I'll do my best to give you guys kind of the information, the nuts and bolts on it. I cannot give you all the information because I'm speaking for multiple states, and each jurisdiction has different information and different types of agency. So I'm going to give you the basic kinds, and then I'm not going to go into detail on the state specific stuff. I would encourage you to get with your local realtor if you live in the area. I hope that's me. If you don't, you can call me and I can help you find somebody in your area who would be more than qualified to help you. Okay? So anyway, what is agency? Agency is basically the written disclosure between the customer or client and the agent and broker. Okay? And it details their fiduciary responsibility to one another, the working terms of their agreement, the compensation, and the termination fee or the timeline on that agreement. Okay? There's two types of agency. There's basically buyer's agency, and then there's seller's agency. Buyer's agency, I'm representing the buyer's financial interests. That's usually signed by that's usually put in writing by a buyer agency agreement. Okay? Unless you have a written agreement in place with your realtor, with the broker, you are a presumed buyer agent. It is presumed that you are being represented by this person, and you shouldn't always presume. In real estate or in any financial or legal matter, you need to get things in writing to make sure that it's official. Okay? And that's no different in real estate. So a presumed buyer agent, an example would be, I get a buyer off of my website to call me out of the blue, and they have found a property on their phone that they are very interested in, and they're interested. They call me up and they say they want to see it. I agree to meet them out at the property. We agree to discuss terms and look at the property. It's presumed I'm representing you, okay, at that point in time. And in many jurisdictions, you shouldn't make that presumption, okay? They're actually, in a lot of them, they're actually the seller's agent. They're not the listing agent, or they are a designated agent or whatever. It depends on the locality, but you should not presume that they're representing your interests. In order to do that, you need to sign a buyer agency agreement, okay? So you have presumed buyer agent and actual or expressed buyer agents. And then the other division between the two is buyer agent and seller's agent or listing agent. We talked about the buyer agency agreement. Now the agreement to represent the seller is the listing agreement. The listing agreement is basically between the seller and the broker and agent who is in charge of listing the property and selling the property for sale. Okay? And that's also in writing. It details the compensation, the type of marketing, the obligations of the seller, the obligations of the realtor, and the time frame. Okay. One other thing I did want to touch on, an odd fact is, just because I am your agent for the sale of your home, or just because a realtor is the agent for the sale of your home, they don't necessarily have a written agreement to represent you on the purchase of your home. Those are looked at as two separate transactions, and you need two separate agency agreements in order to be represented on the sale of this transaction and the purchase of this one. Okay? If you have any more questions on this, please give me a call, email, comment below, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Other than that, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.